Welcome back to the John and Linetia Show.
Did you go to the Taste of Chicago?
Nope.
Me neither. I decided to go to the Taste of my kitchen. Times are hard out here.
Yes, they are.
Speaking of times being hard.
Okay. That's not a good segue.
Well,
I don't know that.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
kind of hard on Penn State.
Yeah. Well, I think they just need the Penn State schools need to change their names. I think maybe the new nickname, instead of the Nittany Lions, maybe they can call themselves the Nittany Enablers.
Oh.
Or something like that. No, I think I think it's very interesting. The Louis Freeh, who used to run the FBI, was brought in to do an independent report, fact-finding report, to find out what happened with the Jerry Sandusky thing in Penn State. And it was a pretty damning report in that you found that basically the Penn State officials were sweeping things under the rug, were more concerned about the impact on the school and the football program than about helping any of the victims. And we're talking about, late 90s, 1998 and an incident in 2001. And because of that, Jerry Sandusky was allowed to continue essentially roaming free and molesting boys. And one of the big offenders, you could say, is definitely Joe Paterno. A lot of people, especially now that he's dead, wanted to kind of want to make him out as kind of like, oh well, he didn't know what to do on things, and I get a little upset with the concept of here's a guy that everybody will talk about as whip smart, and knows what's going on, is plugged in. Oh, yet apparently, in hearing these charges, he doesn't have the equipment to do anything and all that. When ultimately the only thing that needed to be done was somebody reporting it to the authorities.
And I'm trying to figure out, sweeping this under the rug is not something new and not surprising.
It's not, but it's, again, we're not talking about something that's like a financial transgression. We're not talking about, changing grades, things like that. We're talking about, a guy who is molesting kids and, ruining them for life. And this was allowed to go on. Would Penn State have allowed it if they had reasonable suspicion that Jerry Sandusky was, kidnapping kids and murdering them in his basement? Who knows?
Right.
It's possible. But this report basically shows that you shouldn't be deifying these, in this case Joe Paterno, these coaches. Anybody at these universities, especially in the sports world, everybody's human and everyone has their flaws.
Right.
And Joe Paterno's legacy right now is more or less defined by his inaction in a very human issue. And Penn State's legacy right now, Penn State will be known as this place that allowed boys to be molested.
How can they come back from this? What do you think can be done?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? The best thing really is open
discussions.
No, I would actually say, discussion, yeah, but the school itself has got to change its culture. We're talking maybe a lot of money going to charities. Maybe even charitable events sponsored by them. I mean. It's just going to take a long time. And ultimately, you can't allow another, situation where you've got this, this might damage the football program, so let's, sweep it under the rug.
So I know this is damage on Penn State, but I don't look at it as damage on the total school as I look at it as damage completely just on the football program. That's how.
Well,
that's
except
how I
that
feel,
it was also the people running the school, the regents running the school.
Yeah.
So it goes all the way to the top.
Well, they can sweep. They can do a sweep and get rid of all those people, bring in some new people. That would help.
It might, but and it's starting. Some of them, and actually, I think most of them are gone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the question because of is it just kind of the culture of how things are done at the university? So I don't know. It's a sad story all around, and.
Don't they want that statue down too of him?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're talking about taking down. They got the statue of Joe Paterno.
That's not going to help. His
I
family is
think
going to be
just
so
leave
upset.
leave it up and let all the graffiti and what anybody else puts on there be good.
It's really, really sad. Oh well. In more sports news, I don't know if we're going to have any more Linsanity jokes.
He's not dead.
No, not that. I mean, he has to go to a new team now, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's going to be something else. It can't be Linsanity. It's going to be something else.
Well, it'll be Houston Linsanity.
Houston Linsanity.
Houston Linsanity.
I wasn't expecting Jeremy Lin to leave.
Well, I mean,
the
I
Knicks.
don't think he wanted to leave New York either.
Yeah.
I think in the end, the Houston Rockets were just dying to have some marquee names. And the other thing is they, recently they'd had a Chinese player, so they had Yao Ming, and so the Rockets are known at least in China, and that's a pretty good market,
Right.
You get Jeremy Lin, who's Chinese American. A bit of a sensation, and it's a good marquee player for them.
His old coach called him and said, "We wanted to keep you, but it couldn't work out. Tell your family I said hello, and good luck the rest of the way." They just could not meet the type of money that the Rockets threw at him.
I don't know if it was necessarily money. I mean, the Rockets put in their offer had a bit of a poison pill that would have cost the Knicks a whole lot of money. And that may have been the case, but the Knicks, they're owned, by the Cablevision Corporation. The Madison Square Garden, they own that. They own Radio City Music Hall. I mean, they're not short of money. And so the thing that's surprising, though, is that the Linsanity and all of that drew in a lot of fans, and so
absolutely.
The fact that he's gone, will the Knicks, take a fan hit, on that? It, could only have been positive, I think.
So who's left there? We got Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, you got Amari Stoudemire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hope no more accidents with his. He gets upset about things and hits things. Hopefully next season. All right. We'll be right back after these words from DreamtopiaVacations.com. Always dreamed of going to those special places? Log on now to see great deals for Serpent Island, Hale Springs, Virginia, and Centipede Mountain. DreamtopiaVacations.com, where you get the best deals for the worst places.
You're listening to The John and Linetia Show.